Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Anything Goes with Anna Rose. And friends, let me tell you, if I had $1 for every time someone said, when is this guest coming on your podcast, I would have many hundreds of dollars. And to finally have her in the studio is one of my greatest honors and delights. But I have the incredible, the fast, the formidable, the brilliant, the beautiful Brooke McIntosh.
Whoop, whoop. We are back. We are actually sitting in your studio this time.
Well, this was
not
the
running
goal.
past.
Oh, yeah, you're not running past. That's right.
It feels nice to be able to sit and land here.
Doesn't it just?
Yeah, it's absolutely like the space that you've created is absolutely phenomenal.
Thank you.
And then for me to have the first, I guess, event in your space as I ran past last year.
Yeah, you
I
did.
was like, hell yeah.
Yeah, you
so
really
now
did.
to come back, it's a full 360 moment and to be able to host my own event here.
Yeah.
Like when I ran past and I seen the whole space, I was like, yeah, I'm fucking going back there.
Yeah.
I'm hosting my own event there and now manifesting in action. Now we're doing it.
I know, I love it. Well, it is a sincere honor. So you came into my world. Actually, before we begin, I'm starting a new thing. I actually really want to start with you. I was going to start with Ryan, but I'm going to start it with you.
Ooh.
I'm asking all my guests a question and it's got no fluff, no bullshit, no surface level. What is keeping you up at night at the moment?
What is keeping me up? My purpose. Yeah. Because I'm out on tour right now and I just want to keep helping, keep impacting, keep speaking, keep changing lives. And I'm doing that right now in the room. And when I walk out of the room, I go home and I'm so hyped up, so amped up. And then I'm like, okay, where can I do it better this time? Oh, this person had this breakthrough experience. This person said this. That's keeping me up. It's just ticking over my mind.
I love that. I get a lot of amazing humans of all walks of life. And I know, and for me as a female founder, I'm like, I am always kept up at night. So I'm like, that's the question I want. But I love that purpose. Do you feel like, I'm going to branch off from there for a second. Do you feel like from this national tour you're on, because you are on a big national tour, do you feel like there is an element of you're finding more of your purpose, or this was always it in terms of what you're coaching and training and the way that you're impacting rooms?
I'm definitely finding more of my, I wouldn't say purpose as such, but more of my hashtag niche and more of how I want to communicate my purpose.
Right.
I ran around Australia to raise awareness of mental health. The biggest lesson I've had myself over the last 4 years is that you can't save everyone and you can't save someone who doesn't want the help. So yes, I did it for mental health. Mental health is freaking huge. And also what I've seen has happened is I've been pigeonholed for mental health. So now I need to sit down and talk about every single person's problem and then help them unpack it all. And then, oh, it's okay. Stay stuck there. I'm not about staying stuck. I'm about, okay, this happened to us and let's bridge the fucking gap.
Yeah.
Take just one more step and move forward. So I'm finding more, my purpose is to create safe spaces and is to decrease suicide rates.
Okay, so that is the purpose. Like that is the Brooke McIntosh, create safe spaces, decrease suicide rates.
1,000,000%. Yeah.
Wow.
But I can't decrease suicide rates in someone who doesn't want to have help.
Yeah. Which is, see, that's an oxymoron almost in that space in essence, right? That's an enormous purpose, which is life-changing because, yeah, those that are headed that way don't want the help sometimes. Not all.
Yeah.
Or is that what's the word? Not an oxymoron. Like, is that a wrong assumption, do you feel?
I think that there's all different reasons, right? And this is a huge, like, we're going deep fast.
Yeah, always.
Love it. For myself, when I was at rock bottom, when I was at the point where I didn't even want to be here, didn't even see a way out, if I hadn't have survived that car accident, who knows where my rock bottom was? Because that car accident was meant to be my ending. And it's still a fucking miracle that I'm here to this day. But what I know is that everyone has their own rock bottom. And until you hit your deepest rock bottom where the pain is so bearable, you can't help that person. And that rock bottom is so different for every other person. And also with suicide rates, there's so much mental health awareness going on out there more money being pumped into mental health campaigns, which is great. And also suicide rates continuously rise.
So what is that then?
Go figure.
Yeah.
There are many, many different reasons someone dies by suicide. Many different reasons. And the biggest example that's fresh on my heart and in my mind and everywhere is my mentor who died by suicide. Now, Cohen died by suicide, but what happened the years before is that he had 2 strokes. Those 2 strokes affected his prefrontal cortex, which is his logic thinking part of his brain. So then he gets to the end and is so convinced in himself that he's a burden, he shouldn't be here. And his prefrontal cortex, the rational logic thinking part of the brain, can't make sense that he is needed on earth. His family is better off without him. So then my question is, well, I don't believe it's selfish to die by suicide. It's an absolute heartbreak tragedy. But what is selfish is asking someone to stay on this earth when they are in the absolute depths of it and they seriously do not see a way out.
This is deep fast, and it's surprising me because I didn't know, which is wild because I follow you intimately, that this, and I'm obsessed with this. I love this so much, and I'm so impressed, and I'm so surprised. I don't know the word. I don't think it's surprised, but I feel like I didn't know that this was, I say the hill that this is so like the worst example saying, but it's like the hill that you die on, right? Like that this is Brooke McIntosh's purpose. This is a big fucking deep, heavy purpose.
The hill that I will die on is that you cannot save everyone, nor should you.
But do you literally mean literally?
Literally.
Yeah, okay.
All right, so for a personal example right now.
Yeah.
My younger sister has gone through a fuck ton of traumatic experiences in her life. I feel for her. I love her deeply, and she's my younger sister. To watch her hit rock bottom again and again and again, to try help her again and again and again, it's messy, it's ugly, it's freaking hard. That the best thing for me and my family to do right now has gone hands off. Hands off, so much so that she's spent the last 4 years on the streets, addicted to the drugs and the alcohol. If we give her money, that's enabling her to keep going down that path. If we go hands off, it's so hard. And also what's even harder is having to call the cops and having to call the ambulance on someone you love so deeply, and they're not even able to give her help because she hasn't admitted that she wants help.
Yeah.
When that happened 2.5 years ago, for me having to call the police, that was so hard. That it rocked me, it rocks my family, but I get to show up for myself and then I can support my family. And I'm now at this stage where I accept her. I've grieved a huge part of her. I've grieved the younger sister that I had. And I know in my heart, if I don't take her out for coffee, take her to lunch or dinner once a month, I wouldn't be able to live on. So now I have the capacity and the understanding and the acceptance in self and her. I love her so much that when I have the capacity, I'm going to take her for a coffee. I'm not going to try fix her. I'm just going to sit with her. I'm going to allow her to be and accept where she's at and then walk away. And that's all I can do.
It's so hard because we share very, very, you know this, I think you know this, we share very similar stories. Like all my siblings have been addicts at one stage or the other in some capacity, and I get a lot of not confusion, not whatever. I get some projection sometimes, I'll say that, of being like, why don't you ever talk about your family? And I'm like, because they have so much of their own story that I assume would love to stay private. So I just don't talk about it. But I've got a phenomenal brother who has just come out of rehab, like I think about 8 months ago now. I can't remember exactly. But I remember having mum come over and he was headed towards rock bottom. This is recently. This is like now, he was in rehab 18 months. So almost 2 years probably 19 months ago. It was like the month before he hit rock bottom, and it's never usually this quick. But I remember my mum came over and to here, so from Perth to here, and was visiting, and I wasn't getting the whole truth. And then we went to the beach and she was crying and said, I think this time I honestly think he might die. Like I think he will, it's just so bad. And I said to her, literally, and people don't understand this unless they've had addicts and homelessness in their family. But I said, if you give him one more fucking dollar, Mum, I will disown you. Like, because I knew that was her breaking point. I knew that if I was going to cut her off, which would have been the hardest and most heartbreaking and fucked decision of my life, because I love her unconditionally, but I needed something really strong to wake her up to say, you are literally killing him because you're enabling him in addiction by when he's like, I've got no money for, food, because he was basically facing homelessness as well. She would beautifully, of course, unconditional, lovingly give him $5. But I'm like, he's not going to get in a burger. He's going to get in crack and putting it in his arm. Like you're killing him. And so I remember that conversation. I think Ryan had like, Ryan was in the picture and I was like, welcome to the chaos. Like,
welcome to all parts of the family.
But I remember saying, if you give him $1 more, and I said, Mum, you have to let him hit rock bottom. And she knows this better than anyone. I said, you have to let him hit. I'm going to get him on the podcast. I cannot wait to let him tell his story of addiction to absolute triumph. But I said, you have to let him hit rock bottom. Otherwise he's never going to get better. And maybe he will die along the way. And that will be the hardest, most tragic thing, but he's going to kill himself anyway. It's like, what's the faster path?
Yeah.
And so we all went, I'd already gone hands off. I'm like the boundary setting, standard holding bitch in the family because I'm the best one at holding the standard, right? And the boundary with the addiction with my siblings. But Mum, that was it. That Mum, and my mum has so much integrity. She has more integrity in her pinky than most people do in their entire lives. So I knew that she would honour that word. I said, promise me you won't give him $1 more. And she didn't. Anyway, it was only, I don't know how long, a couple of weeks. It was certainly not longer than a few months later, he hit the rock bottom, which was phenomenal. And he finally conceded defeat for like the 6th time. Like he'd been in rehab many times, but this was like the one. And he, went into rehab. He was in there for 18 months and he's completely changed his life. Like unbelievable. He's thriving. He's absolutely killing it. I'm so proud of him. So, but it's so funny because I sit here having this big conversation around randomly addiction and suicide and these things. And it's like, fuck, it did go deep fast. But it's like, if people don't have this, most people do. I don't know the statistics. If you know them, I'd love to hear them. But I feel like it's such a good conversation to bring to people because they don't understand these things if they haven't ever dealt with it. And then the other thing is to bring these topics into the light from the shadows because a lot of people wouldn't sit here and have these honest conversations. So it's this real, what a privilege.
Yeah, it's deep, fast, and they're confronting conversations.
Yeah.
What I've known is that people don't like to confront their shit and they don't like to have the hard conversations. If you never have the hard conversations, you never understand yourself, you can't understand anyone else. Like, just fucking do it. Everyone's got shit going on.
Yeah.
Let's just drop deep fast.
Yeah, the only way through it is through it.
Yeah.
All right, so then this leads me to the grand question. Yeah, sorry, Brooke, guys, by the way, Brooke's like de-throbing. I can put the aircon on.
No, it's okay.
She came so professional and I am, if you are watching this, I am in my Gold Coast best.
I'm kind of just thinking what's going on with Gold Coast weather.
Oh, it's cooked. No, it's cooked. This is it is not normal. Please do not. It's winter and it's raining and it's usually like 22 degrees, blue skies.
Yeah, I watch your stories and I'm like, oh my God, I'm so excited for Gold Coast.
Don't. Blame the government. They're ruining our weather. Yeah. But no, it's so funny because you've come so beautiful and I'm literally in like my iconic Sabi suit. So
yeah, still beautiful.
So I got onto you from a beautiful follower. It was a couple of weeks before you started your run around Australia. And a beautiful follower, and I feel so bad, I forget who it was, but maybe it was Jenna. I think it was Jenna. If you're listening to this, I think it was Jenna. Forwarded me one of your reels and you were like, I need support. Like, I'm looking for sponsors. And fucking good on you. Like, you should have had 1 million more, but I'm looking for support. I'm looking for sponsors. And she said, send us some Tour Collective. And I said, of course. But I was in the gym and I was running and I started to watch your reels and I was crying on the treadmill. This is before you'd left. Right? And I was
Oh, that's so
crying
cool.
on the treadmill. And you probably don't remember, but I remember VMing you and I was like, hey, I own this activewear brand. I'm going to do whatever I can. We've just got this studio. You can come in and use it on your run. And I was just so moved by your fucking audacity that here's this woman about to run around Australia and, yeah, for a cause, for mental health. So what was that?
I love how you keep saying for charity work.
Like the
you're a
fuck?
volunteer.
I know. How many times did I remind you of that on the run?
You're a freaking volunteer. And it was actually so good that you reminded me of that because I was just like, actually, you know what? I am.
Yes.
And also, I am. And it made me have a kick up the ass to be like, I am. And now I don't want to be anymore.
Ta-da! Yeah.
Because, like, the fuck, I ran around Australia. I raised so much money. Incredible. Grateful for every single person who donated. And we can have such a way bigger impact with getting to the root of everything.
I said to you as well, I think, and you should have done it exactly how you did it. Come on in, doll. We've got a bestie bringing in coffee. This is what we love. Bestie's bringing in the best. Yeah, poor Brooke is exhausted. She's on a national tour. But no, I remember talking to you, and this is a big thing, the hill that I die on. I'm like, I can't help the broke by being broke. I can't help the sick by being sick. So I just don't martyr myself. I always say I love to be a woman in all of her wealth and all of her wisdom to help other people be well and wisdom and wealthy.
Yeah, and you can't do that when you're just a fucking volunteer.
Yeah, when you're a motherfucking volunteer. So what was that choice? Not so much the charity, but like what was the decision? I know you'd done another big run and maybe it was that, but what was the decision to go, you know what, fuck it, I'm going to run around all of Australia?
Why not?
Really?
Actually.
Yeah, fuck it.
Fuck it, why not? So, one, I used to live way back when. I used to be a party host.
Like
a party host. Like my job was to get everyone the drunkest and me become the drunkest and have the biggest parties.
Is this like in Europe?
This is in Lombok.
Yeah, okay, Bali.
Indonesia.
Yeah. What a vibe.
Yeah, when I was 22, 23, I started solo traveling. And to be able to fund that, I used to be a party host. And
man, I feel like I miss my calling in life.
My whole philosophy was, fuck it, we're all going to die anyway, so grab a bucket. So
put that on a T-shirt.
Fuck it, grab a bucket. Yeah. We're all going to die anyway, so go big or go home.
Yeah.
And with my story, I remember just waking up one morning, 2 a.m. in the morning, thinking there's just got to be more to life.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was having these conversations. I was working FIFO. I was having these conversations on site with me being courageous and me being vulnerable to open up and share about my own struggles that was going on, just to build some sort of connection.
Yeah.
And to feel less alone in such an isolating male-dominated environment. So I just started opening up, and then I was just like, wow, if I feel like this and they feel like this, surely there's other people who feel like this. And if this is helping one person on site a day, incredible. Let's have a bigger impact. So I remember waking up at 2 a.m. in the morning and I was like, well, how can little old Chucky from Pinjarra have a big impact? And I was like, I could run a marathon and raise awareness of mental health. So I started training for 2-3 weeks. Every time I went into the gym, every time I started running, I was like, this is stupid, this is dumb, just give up now. And then I was like, I actually don't even want to run a marathon. And then I was like, if anything was possible, what would I do? And I was like, well, I love the Pilbara, which is top of Western Australia. And Perth is my home now, and I love that. My dad's been in the Pilbara for my whole life.
Okay.
And my mum's been in Perth my whole life. And as a child, growing up, my friends used to either go between mum or dad's house and go there on the weekends or just run between each other's houses. I never had that. So I was like, parts of it was my homecoming to self.
I love that.
At the time, I didn't know that's what it was.
Yeah, it's always hindsight.
But now looking back, I ran 1,600 kilometres to find parts of myself that I neglected over the years. But at the time, I said I'm going to run 1,600 kilometres to raise awareness of mental health in FIFO and mining and construction workers because the suicide rates are ridiculously high. But it was through that run, I ran 60 kilometres a day for 27 days in August 2023. So a year on from my car accident. And it was through that run It was so hard, but I did the goddamn thing and I got up and I kept moving forward, and I found so much more of my personality that I'd been shutting down and suppressing over time. I started singing, I started dancing, I started just enjoying life more, thinking we're all going to die anyway. Let's go big or go home. So then when I crossed the finish line and I was having these conversations with truck drivers, with holiday makers, with little kids, with older grandparents on the side of the highways, and it was touching their lives, that when I crossed the finish line, I seen all of the community and I seen the lives touched and I seen the impact. And I was like, this message, just one more, needs to be everywhere. So then I set the goal to run across Australia.
I'll run across. Okay,
to run
friends.
across.
All right. We got a little bigger.
And I was like, well, 1,600, done that, amazing, cool. And then I was like, well, why didn't I go across Australia?
Yeah.
And then I was like, fuck going across.
Yeah.
Someone else just went across. I could go bigger and better. Yeah. And this message is so big that it needs to be in every single part of Australia. And I knew if I was going to go across, I was still going to want to go around.
Yeah.
So I was like, fuck it, just go around Australia.
Yeah, so this is the why not.
Why not?
Yeah, the fuck it bucket.
The fuck it bucket.
Yeah.
When I got hit by that truck, this is my second chance. And I was like, I don't want to leave any stones unturned. I want to do the goddamn thing. Pre-truck accident, anytime adversity or hardship would strike, I would give up. Now, when I finished the first 1,600 kilometre run, that night I went around the dinner table and I asked all of my family members why they didn't believe in me.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's
so no
savage.
one believed in me.
So is this so hang on, to back that up, because that's very deep. So you went around the table when you were finished
The
unpacking run. Why you like asking all your family to say, why did you from the start? Because had they tried to talk you out of it saying you can't do it? Yeah. Okay.
They tried to talk me out of it, but then they just didn't engage. They like mocked all of the training, mocked everything that I was doing. They're like, oh, here she goes again, just another goal that she's going to give up on. Oosh. I was like, no worries. And I remember having a conversation with my dad 700 kilometres down on day, it was roughly 14 or 15. And I was so excited that I'd made it halfway.
Yeah.
And I called him and I was like, Dad, I've just made it halfway. I'm so freaking excited. His response, don't celebrate too much. You haven't finished yet.
Mate, do you still have relationships with these people?
Fuck yeah.
You're amazing. I'm like, fuck you, Dad, bye.
When I crossed that finish line, I looked at him and I was like, hey, Dad, I finished. Hey, Dad, I ran 1,600 kilometres. And I was just so proud in myself that I committed and I showed up every single day. But when I went around that dinner table, it made me see them in a whole different light, because I was like, did you believe in me? No. Why not? Well, I don't know. Did you believe in me? No. Oh, why not? I don't know. Asked my dad, did you believe in me? He's like, no. And I was like, why not? And he's like, because I didn't want to see my baby girl fail and get hurt. How beautiful. How incredible. Because, I mean, I could have got hit by another truck out there. I could have slipped and sprained an ankle and then all be over. Then I went to my brother, and this is what landed me, and this is what sets me on a complete path of everything I do now.
Brothers always will.
He hit me with the brutal truth. Fucking loved it. Said, did you believe in me? And he said, no. And I was like, why not? He said, because every time you tried to do something in your life, any time you come up against a challenge, you would give up.
Yeah.
You would quit and you would just say, it's not for me. It's not meant to be. This time, I thought you were going to come up against a challenge, have a niggle, have an injury, and you would use that as your hardship and your excuse to quit and to not do the thing. I was like, bro, you're so right.
Checkmate, brother.
Thank you very much. And that's where I realised that, one, it's great to quit for purpose, and two, to push for purpose. And I pushed every single day because I had a purpose. I knew my purpose, and it wasn't to validate anyone else. It was to validate myself, to prove to myself that I can do hard things, that pain never gets the last say, and that, yeah, I'm just a little old girl from Pinjarra, but I can do big things.
For those that don't know, Pinjarra is this tiny little
country old town.
It's a country town. I love, because you keep saying it, I'm like, people won't even know. It's this tiny, gorgeous country town in Perth, like outside of Perth, west, east, east, west?
Soggy, south.
Is it Soggy?
Soggy, yeah.
Soggy
Never
south.
eat soggy wheat mix.
I thought it was like up to the northeast. No,
it's down south.
It's south. Okay.
South. Yeah. southeast. So it's about 100. It's about 200 kilometres south Perth.
Yeah, it's a little country town.
Yeah.
So realistically, first of all, what I got from the very first run, which I think is so beautiful and it always happens in hindsight, is ultimately in hindsight that run was for the little girl in you, 100%, which I think is so beautiful and makes so much sense. And also I think is a beautiful healing experience to go on. I did that in my first half Ironman for sure. And then the run around Australia was almost, as much as it was like, why not 100%? And yes, it was for mental health. It was almost like not the final piece in the puzzle, but in a sense it's like for the grown up Brooke now.
100%. And I could never vision my life a day in advance, a week in advance, a month in advance. So because now I lead with courage and I lead with purpose, that's it. I'm just like, where are we going to go? Where are we going to go? So the first 1,600 kilometre happened, and yes, that was way for my inner self, way for my inner child. Second run happened, that was for the community, that was for the movement, that was to bring everyone along. I had no idea what was about to unfold, and now I'm going to go run around Tasmania and take 6 selected women to come do it. But I didn't have that vision at the start.
Yeah.
I just keep leading with courage and leading with curiosity. And I'm like, how can I help more people? How can I continuously do what I love? And running gave me so much, not just running for stats, running for the next PB, running for the distance. I run and I lead with curiosity for self, and I ask myself the deeper questions when I run.
Yeah.
And that's where I uncover heaps, and that's where I've done a lot of my healing. And I've done a lot of my making sense of the world.
Yeah. Well, that's movement to me. I think moving like you love yourself. Movement saved my life. Movement saved my life. So my rock bottom, 22, I hated myself, suicide ideation. I just had nothing I had everything going for me. Yes, I had my brain.
Physically?
I had physically. Yeah. I had things going for me. Mentally, I was fucking trapped in a prison of death and despair. I hated myself to the point of just absolute destruction in every way, shape and form. And when I was getting basically like, here's your path, mentally institutionalized in essence, because I was just so broken, or you can leave, but you'll be heavily, heavily medicated like multiple times a day, and monitored. I took that path, but I was like, well, I'm not going to stay here. What am I going to do? And my ex-husband, legend at the time, I was with him, I was 22, and he was like, well, what are you going to do? And I said, well, I know why I'm in this position. It's because I fucking hate myself. And so the opposite of that is that I love myself instead. And I was like, but I just don't know how that looks. Like there was no TikTok, or the Tok Tick wasn't there, or self-love coaches or anything. And I said, he goes, well, what the fuck, what does that look like? And I said, well, honestly, this is the level of capacity that I had genuinely even at that age. I said, as in like minimal. I said, well, people that exercise look happy, and I wasn't.
Yeah.
So I said, well, tomorrow I'm going to get up and I'm going to go. And I literally said, move like I love myself.
Yeah.
And that was the beginning of it. And so for me, and now obviously I'm 38 now. So what's that, 16 years? I don't know. Bad with math. Yes, 16 years.
Yeah, good job.
I've been on a journey of movement, and ultimately of moving like I love myself. And it's obviously grown from that. But the ethos is that I heal when I move. I think tissue, I always say trauma is trapped in tissues and memories are trapped in muscle. And when we move, we can release all that and we can process it and we can sit with it all and, enjoy the fuckery that comes with that. But I cannot, to me, with you out on an Australian road in the outback by yourself, sometimes 60 kilometres a day, what was that like for you in your head?
Great.
I loved it. Do it again.
I would totally do it again if my family could.
I
would totally do it again. It was honestly amazing. Honestly, so when I first did 1,600, the day before we did a fundraiser, but I had this gentleman come up to me and he was in awe what I was about to embark on. I love a good challenge if I'm aligned to the challenge. Mm-hmm. And he comes up to me, he's like, oh my God, what you're doing is just freaking incredible, 1,600 kilometres, what the hell?
Yeah.
And I hear you're going to do it with no headphones on as well. And I was like, I don't know where you heard that, but that's wrong, but challenge accepted.
I never heard this before,
Yeah, I was like, challenge accepted. So I ran 1,600 kilometres with no headphones.
Just because a guy said it, you were like, yeah, why not? Fuck it, bucket.
Yeah, fuck a bucket, why not?
Yeah.
And then when I did that, I realised I can't escape it.
Nah.
And then when I did that for 27 days, anything that I put in, like if I wore headphones, it was just too overstimulating.
Mm-hmm.
So running for me, I barely wear headphones ever. And I'm always in my mind because when I'm in my mind, I get to lead with curiosity, lead with compassion, and lead with the deeper questions of, oh, what's happening in my body right now? Oh, what's coming up for me? Oh, where does this stem from? What's this trying to tell me? And exactly as you said, like your body keeps a score. So I noticed if I didn't allow myself to go to those emotions and to that depth, injuries would start coming out. Now, on your right side of your body is the feminine side. On your left side is the masculine side.
Opposite.
Opposite.
Left is feminine, right is masculine.
Yeah, right side?
Right is masculine.
Masculine.
Left is feminine.
Yeah. That's your masculine, so that's my right side.
Yeah.
Right side is masculine, left side is feminine.
Yeah.
So when I was having issues with my relationship, when I was having issues with my brother or avoiding a conversation with a teammate that I needed to have on ground, my knee would start playing up.
On the right. Yeah.
On the right, my knee would start playing up and I was like, oh my God, I need to have this conversation. Have the conversation. All of a sudden, the emotion started coming up as well, shifted through it, moved through it, and I could go further.
Do you feel, I mean, this is a stupid question, but I want to hear it from your voice. Do you feel, in fact, a better question. I was going to say, do you feel like that run changed you? What do you think changed you on that run? Like what was the biggest thing? Who were you as Brooke going into that run? Who were you as Brooke coming out of that run?
The first run?
Second.
I was going into the run. I was still oblivious, blindsided.
In the second run, mate, you are wild.
Going into the second run, like finishing it, I was just whole. Like whole in a sense of I can be a boss, badass bitch and do hard things, and I also can crumble in a man's arm. Because I was going into the run being like, I have to do it. No one helped, got to do it all myself. And I couldn't do the run if I didn't rely on community. Couldn't do the run if I didn't rely on Matt. I couldn't do the run if I didn't have masculine figures coming in and helping me as well. And I learned how to lead myself way better and lead a team under pressure as well.
Yeah.
And also, while doing Pants Off Friday, while having so much fun, while injecting more joy and lightheartedness into life.
Yeah.
So I finished off the run like more complete, I would say, knowing that I can stand my ground, I can have my backbone, and I can have people help. And it's so much better when we have the feminine and the masculine working together.
You know what's so interesting when you bring up that Pants Off Friday thing, because I loved it so much. You know this, and I think I've even said it multiple times on my socials, but something that really activated me on your run, and whenever I sort of spoke about you on my socials whilst you were on the run, I fell into the, not trap, but I'd be like, what's frustrating me about this run is that here is a woman that is running around Australia, not just across it, not to ever belittle anything that anyone does ever, but I felt like, and I just want your take on this, let's unpack it. I felt like you did not in any way, shape or form it's not the notoriety, but just the attention and the support that I don't know why, but that men get or that men got in Australia doing the same or sort of the same or less than what you did.
Yeah.
And Ryan made a point to me when I was absolutely raging one night, and he said, do you know what it is, baby? She's happy. She's happy. And she's not badly injured, and she's not hurt, and she's not crying, and she's not in pain. And what did he say? What bleed reads. And he said, she's not bleeding.
Yeah.
She's spreading joy. And that's not going to sell the fuck it. And I was like, oh, I am so mad at that. But yeah, I just couldn't believe that you were running around Australia, which were you the first woman?
Well, I was the first woman to do it consecutively.
This is it. I was like, what was the title in the end?
The fastest woman to run around Australia.
Fastest woman to run around Australia. Here we are.
So had I have known of the actual figures previously to starting, I probably would have done it over an 8-year journey. However...
No, you wouldn't have.
Well, the other lady who ran around Australia, she did it in 284 days, I think it was something like that, 282 days over a 6-year period.
How does that work? I don't get it.
I don't know if it works. It doesn't
I don't
really
get
work. So then
I'm like, I'm confused. I'm really bad at math, but the math isn't mathing for me.
Math isn't mathing. So had I have known that, I probably wouldn't have, no, I still would have done it because I'm like, well, if I'm going to do it, just get it done.
Yeah.
Like, let's just keep moving forward and do it. So yeah, technically I'm still the fastest female to run around Australia in 204 days. And that is with a few rest days here and there.
Just
being stuck in Newcastle for the floods as well. But on the run, 100%. There's two things that I know is true. When a woman does something big, people like to shut her down. Mm-hmm. When a woman speaks truth, people like to shut it down.
Yeah, well, she's a bitch.
The wrong ones. She's a bitch.
Yeah.
So I was running out there doing something huge. I was speaking truth. I was showing all parts of it. And I was talking about the one thing that no one likes to talk about. Mental health. So of course no one wants to talk about it. Of course it wasn't going to get the media attention that it was. However, I started getting the media attention, but they wanted to spin it in a different light.
Okay, interesting.
So I cut that down because I'm like, I'm not out here to be like, oh, poor me, I'm getting catcalled. I'm out here to create a massive impact. And if that's not your story you want to run, then don't put me for the catfishing and the catcalls.
So that's what that was the so here we are in Australia with the woman that is choosing to run around Australia, the fastest woman to run around Australia, for as a charity. I'll never get over that. Like 100% all proceeds donated. And the Australian media, when they came to you to run stories, it was like, let's talk about the fact that men are catcalling you. Perhaps is that. Yeah. That was the fucking story.
Let's talk about that. Because this is a clickbait headline. Now I get clickbait headlines. I get it. And also, when a clickbait headline goes out there where I'm running around Australia to decrease suicide frickin' rates.
That's the click.
That's the click. Yes. It's not. So if I'm out there in the middle of nowhere running and I see truck drivers wanted to stop and talk to me and just have a conversation like they would, but then they look on Facebook and then they see this woman running and they see me on the ground, they're like, oh, no, we don't want to talk to her because then what's she going to say about me? That's not what the mission is about. Yes, that happened. Parts of that happened. Also, it's not the whole male population.
No.
I'm not going to fucking sugarcoat it like that.
That's not the story, though.
It's not the story at all.
That's not the story.
So then I put a whole stop to the media. I was just like, nah, I'm not doing it anymore. Yeah, cool, I can keep PRing myself and putting it out there. But the risk, like the gain was just clickbaits like that. And I was like, I'm not about that life. So I had a conversation with Pat Farmer. Pat Farmer ran around Australia in, I can't remember what year he did it, but he did it for The Voice and he did it in 182 days, I think, something bloody insane.
Men are
crazy.
wild.
He's roughly in his 60s and he did it and he didn't get nowhere near as much media attention. And he really clicked it for me. When you do something out of purpose, you can't show the pain because you just get up and do it anyway. When you do something out of validation, when you do something out of spite, when you're doing something out of proving someone wrong, there's so many more things that come with that that's easier to show. But when you're doing out of true, deeper purpose, you can't fake that. And if you have a sore leg, you're going to get up and go on anyway. Yeah. You're going to move forward. And that's where I say quit for purpose or push for purpose. But because I was doing it for a deeper purpose and a way bigger purpose beyond me,
you could get up and run every day.
I could get up and run every day because one, I looked after my mind, body and soul. But two, if I had a niggle, I looked after it straight away. I couldn't dramatize that shit. And drama is what sells. And I'm just like, drama is what sells. And because I couldn't dramatize all of that shit and I didn't want to, I was just being all of me, so authentic, being all in it, showing the signs of emotion. But I also wasn't holding back the happiness and the joy. And because there was so much more of that coming through, why would people want to keep talking about it?
It's so wild. I literally watched this happen in real time and I just remember thinking, and at the same time, I don't know if you remember, I don't give a fuck. I talk about everything. But I remember there were two boys, again, not to discredit, and I can't remember the whole story, but I just remember it popped up for me and it was going completely bonker viral. And it was two boys running, I think somewhere else, not in Australia, like international.
UK.
Was it? Yeah.
The length of the UK.
The length. And it's like
1,000 kilometres.
Yeah. It's small. It's good on you, boys. Yeah, the boys.
Good on you, Lambo brothers.
But I was like, I couldn't believe that. And it was going bonkers. Like it went so viral. And I remember watching it. I commented. I was very like, I Karen'd that day because, and they were crying. It was this big dramatic scene and like, and I was like, and then literally I couldn't make it up. Like the next reel was like, all right, guys. Here's Brooke McIntosh, like happy and joyful. And it was, 100 likes or whatever compared to 1 million. And it's like, what does she have to do does she have to cry on camera? Does she have to fake, pain? Does she have to make it about herself to garner this attention that it deserves?
And there was a lot of dramatization in a lot of different people doing that stuff, but I just couldn't do it.
Yeah, good.
And when I seen that happening, I would take the mickey out of it purely because I was like, oh, my leg hurts, let's hop along. But also, this is why I love and I hate social media. If that dramatized is going out there, what's the younger generation thinking? It is not fucking healthy to run on an infected leg.
Yeah.
That is just pure, sheer stupidity.
Yeah.
Honour yourself.
Love your body.
Love your body. To take a step back and seek the help instead of pushing out of validation, pushing out of lack.
It's interesting though, because as I'm talking about this and we're unpacking, I'm like, isn't it interesting though, I think, and again, no right or wrong, but I'm like, there's just such a difference with the feminine and the masculine, right? Like there is force and push and power and then surrender and slowness and like you kept your period the whole time, which I was the most proud of.
Me too.
You know that. I was always like, fucking talk about that, Brooke, because it just shows your unbelievable health of how well you looked after yourself out there.
So I had a bloke say to me, if you want this to go big, you need to put numbers on it. You need to become the fastest female. You need to market it that way. You need to say you're running 80 kilometres a day for 180 days. I was like, okay, no worries, I'll do it. Internally, I knew that was just fucked, that I was just not going to do it. But I ran with it. Literally, the whole caravan was covered. 80 kilometres a day, 180 days, fastest female to ever do it. Da, 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 da.
Okay.
The first 6 weeks of the run was horrendous.
Yeah.
It was so bad. It was so painful. I was just not enjoying any parts of it. So much so that I stopped having conversations on the side of the highway because I was so in my head. I was like, got to hit 80Ks, got to hit 80Ks. And then I started showing up like in more of an anger state, more of an resentment state.
Yeah.
I started posting on Strava. I never used Strava. In my whole training, I didn't even use Strava. But because people wanted to see the Strava stats, I started putting it on there.
Yeah.
The amount of hate, the amount of criticism I got on there was absolutely just disgusting.
But what would, because I remember this as well. People need to hear this. This is what I want people to understand. Unpacking all this, I'm like, you were a woman running around Australia that broke records for mental health to raise funds, of which, how much did you end up raising?
$270,000.
I was going to say hundreds of thousands of dollars, multiple hundreds, like hundreds of thousands of dollars. And then I remember that. I remember you posting on Strava and you being like, all right, haters, sort of, and I'm like, what the fuck are they saying?
So much so that because I said 80 kilometres in the marketing materials, if I had ran 78.2 kilometres, they're like, she's not doing what she said she'll do. Fuck off, bro. It's 1.2 kilometres. Also, my joints are aching. I'm out here getting it done, getting up tomorrow and getting it done. So in the end, after the 6 weeks, I just looked at my support crew role and I was like, bro, let me get back in the car. I'm not running 80Ks today.
Yeah.
It got to the point where he wouldn't allow me to get back in the car until I hit 80Ks. And I was like, this is actually abusive. We're not fucking doing this.
It is abusive.
I'm getting in the car and I'm calling it quits for the day because my body deserves a complete solid night rest and I'm taking the day off tomorrow. So the moment that I did that, the moment that I scribbled fucking 80 kilometres, whatever, we're not doing that at all, I started having way more fun. I started having way more conversations on the side of the highway. And it became way easier and I started honouring myself more, so much so that if I wanted to say fuck it, if I wanted to go rogue because my period was coming on, I did put the dots together. Anytime I wanted to go rogue, it was because my period was coming that night. But I would go rogue I would be able to run 100 kilometres.
Yeah, I remember
I would be able to run 111 kilometres. And then the next day I pulled back and I did 40 kilometres.
Yeah.
And I was having so much more fun. And then to say fuck the haters on Strava, what I would do is I would delete it all.
I remember. I was like, didn't you stop?
Not even just
one
on
day
Strava.
you didn't
I
even
just stopped posting on Strava because I'm like, who is this validating?
Yeah.
Them. I don't want to validate them. I know I'm doing the reps. I know I'm getting it done. I've got my Garmin tracker right here. That's all I need. And I'm getting up, putting one foot in front of the other, one foot in front of the other every step of the way. Why am I doing Strava? I'd never done that 6 months before. Fuck it up. So I stopped posting on Strava. And then to go one up, because I knew it would fuck with everyone's mind, I would run the entire day. I'd get my watch and I'd go click, click, delete.
Yeah.
It sent the internet wild.
I love this.
How can you run 111 kilometres and delete it? I don't care about the stats.
Yeah.
It was the experience. It was the adventure. It was the internal journey that I was on out there. And no one can tell you if you did it or didn't do it. So I fucking did it.
It's so interesting and so powerful because today I did a call. I do a weekly call for my self-love school queens, and they can ask questions. It's just a live Q&A. And so much of today was around, you know, Anna, how can I use my voice more because I'm scared of what people think? Anna, when people put me down, can I move forward through that? Anna, when there's a challenge, you know, and it was all this. I'm like, the only way through it is through it. The only way to do it is to own your voice, to step up. And I'm like, I feel like your entire hour, it hasn't been an hour yet, but is like spoken. I'm going to send this, I'm going to post it in self-love and be like, listen, because this is it. I think when you learn to, and I say it all the time, but when you really learn to trust yourself, know yourself, back yourself and love yourself, that's when you become your most potent, unfuckable impervious person, which is the most powerful person but woman on earth.
And there's so many women who don't actually trust themselves.
No. Or back themselves. Or know themselves. The only way to build your self-trust back up is to do the fucking thing, is to do the reps. Because it's by doing the motion that you're going to look at yourself in the mirror and say, oh my God, I actually do have this. I can do hard things. I can use my voice. And because you're stacking the reps for yourself, you're banking the evidence that when someone tries to challenge you, you're like, actually, no, 3, 2, 1, speak. And then that's where you get to build your backbone more and more. But we all know in ourselves. We all have that inner knowing in ourselves, but somewhere over the years, it's stories, it's beliefs, it's opinions, it's other people's expectations that we've just overlaid. The real work is to get to the root of it and to tap into your knowing again and then to lead from your knowing. And that knowing doesn't have to make sense to anyone else, because people look at me to this day. My family still look at me to this day. Oh, my God, what she's doing now. I had a message from my sister-in-law this morning and she's like, oh, my God, how's the tour going? Can't believe you're out there doing it. Makes no sense. And I'm like, makes no sense to you, but I'm fucking loving it. Isn't that funny though? Makes no sense. But, yeah, it's just interesting, people's, statements in general.
Yeah.
To me, it makes all the sense. It makes absolute sense. It's exactly where you should be. It's exactly who you are. It's exactly what you should be doing.
But it's not the 9 to 5.
Yeah.
And and now, like, over the last 4 years, this is how I live my life.
Yeah.
And now that I live my life like this, I don't care that it doesn't make any sense to my family. Do you know what I love? You have hit the jackpot and you have hit success if you cannot explain what you do to your parents.
I fucking men. I don't think my mum really knows. People ask me what I do and I'm like, I don't know. I live free. That's what I do. I live free.
And then you walk in.
That is so funny.
So happy. And they're like, oh, what'd you, like, if you purchase something new, what money do you use that? And I'm like, well, I work.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, but what work do you do? And I'm just like.
Yeah, I just fuck with people. I do OnlyFans. I sell pictures of my feet.
Your feet.
I can't believe you've got all your toenails. I don't even have. I'm missing one. It fell off just before the wedding, and I was bare feet at the wedding, and the photographers were just like, Anna,
Let's
and I'm
Photoshop
like,
that one on.
I don't give a fuck. I don't care.
The best bit was I lost all my toenails at the start of the run, so by the time the run finished, they'll all grow back.
That's hectic. Ryan will be so impressed because he's always like, your feet, you've got such runner's toes. I'm like, yeah. All right, so Brooke McIntosh. We have started at the start with purpose, which I love. We then went across your run. My biggest question for you, and I know the answer, but again, I want you to voice it. I want you to say it. I want you to claim it. What is next for Brooke? And let it be what you said before, and let it be enough.
So my goal for the rest of the year is to have no goals.
This is it.
I have no goals. I have no goals.
This is what I wanted her to say.
I'm literally just going to go home and be.
Just going to be Brooke.
We're doing a renovation. I'm going to build my relationship with my fiance. And I'm just going to be in all of it and just marinate in all of it. I don't have any other thing that I actually want to do right now.
Which is so
all I want to do is
beautiful.
sit still and to fucking be and to just build a home.
Build your kingdom, which I love.
Build my kingdom. And it feels so surreal to say that because I've been running my whole life. And now I'm like not just physically, but
figuratively.
That word too. I can't say that word. That's a massive tongue twister.
Yeah.
But that word too. I've been running my whole life, and now it's like you actually have. I love myself. I wholeheartedly love myself. Stillness is great. I have the safetyness in self and in my relationship. You don't got to stop. Don't got to keep running, babe. Just be. So now I'm like, let's just be. So I'm going to be.
I think it's going to be such a beautiful journey for you. And I think if you do share snippets of it, I don't know how online or offline you want to be, but I think it's such a beautiful positioning for women that follow you, myself included, that are the boss babe, bosses, go, power, force, the healthy masculine in their building. Because to me, I've watched that in you for the last, 18 months. When did you finish the run?
September 2025. So
okay, so almost a year.
Ago?
Yeah. Oh, no, what the fuck is we're in June? July, August, September. Yeah, 8 months.
Yeah.
And now I get to watch you when you go home and hold you accountable into this being of
Matt would love that you're going to hold me accountable.
Yeah, fucking A. Well, it is. It's like the being. That's femininity, right?
Yeah.
It is the being instead of the doing. It is the flow instead of the push. It is the stop instead of the go. And I think it's just going to do so much for your own soul. I'm getting there because I'm hoping. We don't know if I'm pregnant yet. We had the embryo transfer. I feel like everyone keeps thinking and wondering and asking. I'm like, I don't know, but there could be a baby growing in me right now.
There is.
There is. God willing, there is. There is. But I said to Ryan, I'm like, I love that is my fourth stop. Like that's going to be my fourth stop. So what a gift it will be to get to watch you in your feminine flow when you return to build from a place of stillness, which I think is really beautiful.
Yeah, it's like we don't have to keep running onto the next thing, and as high performers, as like very masculine women.
A-type personalities.
Yeah, and then it's also like, well, what are we avoiding? And I was avoiding the stillness and the safetyness in self for so long that I'm like, I'm exhausted. And what I realised on the run is that 11,200 kilometres down, you can't outrun love. Because one, I am love, you are love, and love is all around us. So it took me 11,000 kilometres to figure that out. And now I'm like, okay, just stop running. And then it'll be so much easier.
Isn't that beautiful though? And I think that's such a stunning bookend because we started heavy, incidentally, which was so beautiful in your purpose of suicide, like reducing the number of suicide and
creating safe spaces.
And reducing the statistics of suicide. But ultimately you've just ended there, which is like, oh, I just realized that you can't outrun love. That really the beginning, the middle and the end is love. And ultimately, in my own opinion of having lived some very dark days and nights and lives, is that to do that, to create safe spaces and to reduce the statistics of suicide, it's that. It's love.
It's love.
It's that.
Yeah.
Which is beautiful. Is there anything you would like to leave my beautiful squad with?
The final thing is just to stop faking it.
Ooh. Orgasms included, okay?
Just to stop faking it.
Yeah.
Like just lead with truth. Truth over safe, comfortable lies and to stop faking it. For my journey, I had to stop faking it. Like the whole saying, fake it till you make it, fucking hate it. Don't. Do the reps, look within and take just one more step. And seek truth. That's it.
Which will walk you home.
To love.
To love. to a space that is safe in your body, in your mind, in your soul, which I just adore. Well, Brooke, I love you. I'm so grateful for you. I do really honour your just formidable energy, your courage, your audacity. I watch you exhausted. And it's so funny because people say that about me and I'm like, well, have you met Brooke McIntosh? Like,
I got nothing.
Go follow her. She's doing fucking running around Australia and doing national tours. I'm in my little safe like bubble in tracksuits. But no, I do think you are absolutely remarkable. You do have such a big purpose and such a big I suppose, just space to take up in this world, and it's such a joy to watch it. I cannot wait to also watch you go into your more just the back end of this year to have some rest, which I so think you deserve. And I think that will also be such a permission slip for so many women, myself included. So thank you for being here today.
Thank you for having us on. It's been a beautiful conversation.
I love it. I love you. And to everyone else, as always, until next time, stay wild.